Alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How you doing?
Pretty good, my brother. Pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we talked last week. We said, if it didn't happen, we're gonna go with a different format for a little while.
Right.
So, very interesting topic, sir. I think this is a very relevant topic that you told me about.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to go ahead. Tell me a little bit about how you came up with this awesome topic of stay-at-home fathers.
Yes, sir. I ended up watching the movie Me Time starring Kevin Hart, and his character was a stay-at-home father. And it made me think about the old movie called Mr. Moms.
Yeah.
What was it? What's his name? I forgot his name. Is it Billy Crystal?
No, that was Michael Keith.
Michael Keaton. Yeah. So it just made me think about that, and then I remember reading an article that is becoming a trend.
Yeah.
Stay-at-home dads. And I said, yeah, I'm laughing because that's not common with Black people. Let's keep it 100. And if it's only going to be a certain amount of time a woman going to let a man stay home without a job. Because, I always say it's three things that a woman don't like about a man, right? One, she don't like taking care of a man. Two, she don't like making more money than a man. And three, she don't like splitting bills with a man.
Right.
If a woman is splitting bills, and even if y'all got the same amount of income, one day she will get upset and throw it in your face. You're not a man because you're not maintaining on your own.
Right.
They help just a little bit. They don't mind helping every now and then. But when and plus I was listening to Steve Harvey morning show. And I remember one of my ex-wives said this to me. She said her family told her she was enabling me to be a man. Not letting me be the man to my best abilities because she was helping me, right? And helping me maintain. And I'm like, shoot, your family, they didn't always have it together, And why they worried about what's going on in our house and why you discussing what's going on between us with your family, Because when we married, we won. And I say, when I'm down, don't mean I'm be down forever, but we won,
Right.
when she want my money, we won, But anyways, that when I watched that movie, it has some, it has some humor, but I was like, this can't be a real reality. And then his wife was cool with it. She was the breadwinner. She had a career, a better career, and he was letting her pursue her dreams. So, he became the stay-at-home parent, the stay-at-home dad, so she could pursue her career. But even her own family, even her dad didn't respect him.
Right.
And even his friends really didn't respect him. Some women, they admired him doing that, but the men.
So what is it like those women who admired him? Why, for what reason did they admire him?
Because I guess like her stepmom liked the idea that he supported her daughter. She felt the support he was giving to her daughter, she wasn't receiving that with her husband. And that's what she wanted. She had some dreams that she wanted to accomplish, but her husband didn't support that. So that's what, she loved.
Oh, okay. So it's like she didn't get, and I've seen that a lot.
Mm.
Women who didn't get supported, then all of a sudden, they'll be like, "Oh, girl, yeah." That makes sense. Let me ask you this, because this is interesting. I do remember that movie, Mr. Mom, and you said that it wasn't, that it's not common. It's really not that common. Really not that. Do you think that, what are some of the reasons a man would accept that?
That's a great question. Because I know me as a man, I wouldn't want to accept it, because I know my experience, they'll throw it in your face.
Yeah.
I know every woman's not the same, but my experience, like I say, even when I got some help every now and then, it was thrown in my face.
Right.
So to me, I guess he was being supportive, but to me, I'm gonna say a lot of us men might look at him as lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you'll stay home dad. What's up with that?
I mean, it would be different. Now, let me ask you this: in the movie, was Kevin Hart's character, was he homeschooling the children?
No.
So when they're gone, were the children school age?
Yes.
So what would he be doing when they're gone?
He was part of the PTA. He was always involved in the school. That's what the women loved. He was very proactive in his children's growing up, teaching them. He had a son learning how to play piano. He was very involved. He, like I say, he was in the PTA and all these different committees at the school, and the women loved it, but the man was like, you need a man up. Because let's keep it 100. Me, you, FY, we know some brother that was a stay-at-home dad. We be like, brother, are you got some disability? Did you lose your job? I ain't trying to be in your business, but in Islam, we're talking men are the maintainer of women.
Right.
So your wife is maintaining the house. Come on,
Yeah.
Because we be having some hot topics about even our wives even helping us every now and then. And we was like, so you better off getting a 100 stack and go on the corner,
Don't get that money.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Well, I remember one time, I'll never forget this, brother Jeffrey, when I had moved up here with my first wife, and she hadn't worked. We had lost a child, and she wanted to, work in this bank.
Right.
I said, go ahead and work in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Need her money. It's not like I used the money. But I remember he said, you got to get her off that job, man. I was like, yeah, very much right. And because you never know what they're being told when they're on the job. You don't know.
Come on.
Like for Kevin Hart, did any of those women want to sleep with him or talk to him or get to know him?
No, but hey, the client, his wife client wanted to sleep, well, Kevin Hart felt like that, like he saw that her client was romantically attracted to her, and it made him feel very insecure, and then when he went to a company dinner with her, he felt out of place because they always educated and they always talking about business, and he didn't really have nothing to talk about, but children. Yeah.
And it's funny because they use Kevin Hart he's always playing that role of a bitch.
I wasn't ready for that.
Ever since they brought about that man on 5, he's always been playing that role, like they always put him up against The Rock.
Right.
in a lot of movies, he's always up against the Rock. It's him and the Rock, him and the Rock.
That's right.
Like itch, man. Like,
oh man. But you know, going back, it makes me think about the book that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad wanted us to read as FYI, Man, Steel, and in Velvet.
yes.
And he talks about when a woman works, and I could bear witness, they lose their femininity and become masculine. And he said he went, the author of the book, he said he went to a site to pick up a vehicle, and he saw a woman dressed in some jeans and a t-shirt, a man, you know, the owner's wife, and she was doing some manual work. And he said she looked so unattractive, even though she had a beautiful face, because she was doing masculine work. It was like, that's not her nature.
Right.
And then, like I said, you know, Stu Minister Lee was talking about, if a woman makes more money than us, we need to work more hours than her. Because I was married to a wife that made more money than me, and she would let it be known when we get in the argument that she made more money than me. I remember one time she told me she was the man of the house. She wore the pants.
Yeah.
Because she made more money than me.
Oh, for that.
Yeah, and some stuff like that would inspire me to go back to school. You know, because I was like, you know how the Jews say never again?
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I said never again.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Use that would, man. Not all, you know, it's so interesting. Not giving a woman the chance to buck up. And just the fact that they'll say that kind of shit.
Right.
Really said that they really like, and this is what I think really did it with my first marriage, is she started judging me. See, once they get that crap in their head that they really think they can buck our authority.
Right.
It messes them up. They don't even realize that they're destroying their own man. Yes. They don't even see it as a test. I knew that when me and my first wife ended up separating, I knew that was a test on her. Because she got a chance to see a little bit of my flaws.
Right.
You know, because I was able to hide my flaws.
Right.
You know, I was like, you know how the moon is? It's all back from the earth.
Right.
What are you looking at? Look at You're like, oh, Lord. You into that? You know, up and down. And, you know, because time went on, I ran into her. I could have said some things.
Right.
Why are you calling me back?
Right.
You know. So did you when she said that to you, in the moment she said that to you, what was your response?
A reminder's good for the believer. I reminded her when we first got together, before she got that better job, I was working 2 jobs, right? And I remember I was making more money than you on one of my jobs, but I had 2 jobs, 2 incomes. And I said, I never belittled you. No, but I say, you like that saying, never kick a person when they down, because you never know when they're going to get back up. Yeah. So you kicking me down because I'm down and you up. But I said, when you fall down again, I said, that's all good, because when you fall, I'll be there to catch you. But I don't want to do you like how you did me.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's right.
Yeah, because, when a husband and wife is supposed to be a team.
Right.
Yeah. And I didn't like that.
It's just a tough spot to be in, because women can be vindictive.
Right.
Just because they observe so much and they really think that they know so damn much.
Right.
And they really don't know that much. They really they really not. There's a lot they ain't supposed to handle, but they really do. Just like in the Garden of Eden,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that messed the woman up is the serpent said, "No, you ain't gonna die if you eat it.
Mm.
You're not gonna die." He
Mm-hmm.
said that because he don't want you to be like him.
Mm.
So she was like, "What?
Right, right,
He hiding something from me?"
right. Mm.
And then she gave it to her man. He was dumbass. He ate it.
Right, right.
The serpent took them both down, and he's like, "Ah, got both them niggas. They both."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's what it was. That was the chain reaction. The woman was actually thinking God was trying to hide something from her. Like, oh, I can compete against God?
Right.
When women think like that, it messes them up, man.
And you know what's deep? You saying what you said made me think about, like, if when I was married, if I had money and I say I ain't got none, but I had some, I just didn't want to give it, right?
Yeah.
And when my wife at the time find out I had it, she'd be mad at me.
Uh-huh.
And one time, I think I told you about this. My first marriage, I'm struggling, paying the bills, trying to figure out how to take care of certain things. And one day I found a bank statement. This woman had a secret account.
Yeah.
I was furious. I said, this woman see me struggling. I got to call my family, ask for help. And she got the money the whole time. And, student minister Robert blew my mind. He said it to us, but I heard him say it before in the lecture. Blew my mind when he said his wife had money times when, bills need to be paid.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to see if he'll make it happen, and he made it happen. And he didn't tell him years later. I was like, wow. Back to what Steve Harvey said, when a woman helps a man, it kind of crippled him.
Yeah.
So, I was like, wow, because I was thinking about my first ex-wife. I was furious about that, but maybe she wanted to see if I make it happen, which I did.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. I know that's got to be it. That's got to be it. She got the money. Now,
Yeah.
how much was it? Was it a large amount?
It was a large amount to me. It was probably like, $1,400-$1,500,
Yeah.
but that was the savings account, or was that the checking account? Wherever, I think it was the savings account. So I'm thinking, dang, what she got in the checking account?
Yeah.
Or or it was the checking account. Either or, I didn't know she had another account.
Yeah.
Because we had a joint account.
Mm-hmm.
Where she was taking all the money out of my account.
That's right. She's gonna go up in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Amir and Sabira's mother, when she first got pregnant with Amir, and I was like, well, you ain't gonna work. You're just gonna sit down and, just be pregnant, right?
Right.
I knew I was taking her ability to make money away. So I didn't want her to feel like bad, like she didn't have no money. So I remember one time I maybe had like $1,000 in a little wad of money, right?
Right.
I put it somewhere. And then I called, I was like, hey, I left my wallet. She was like, well, where do you think you left it? I said, go check here. Is where I had money.
Right.
And I said, go check there. And I said, well, did you see it? She's like, no, your wallet's not in here. But she was like, all right. I said, well, I don't know where it is. And they said, all right, I love you. Bye. She's all that money. She's like, I love you.
Did she take some of that money?
But she was starting to complain about money.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, because it's not like, I mean, it's easy for me to save money. I'm real
Right.
good at it.
Right.
But I wanted to like make her shut up.
Right.
Stop, and I did that, and it shut her up.
Mm.
From then, she never really worried about it. And
Mm.
I wish I had developed that type of intelligence with my first wife.
Right. Right.
I wasn't there yet.
Mm.
I wasn't like, I was still in my late 20s. I was late 30s when I had Amir.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little more intelligent.
Right. Right.
So let me ask you this, other than her saying that to you, did she say anything else that kind of do you think that was the what destroyed your marriage, was maybe not being in that financial situation
Oh,
over her?
yes, sir. Certainly. Certainly. And how she would talk to me, straight up, she was verbal abusive. She would always belittle me. I remember one time we got in an argument and she said to me, we got a junior FY teaching the junior FY.
No, she didn't say.
Brother, she told me, you're not a man, you're a boy.
Lord Jesus.
And I said, you know what? I said to her, why did you marry me then?
Mm-hmm.
Because I said in our courtship, you knew my circumstances. I said, I didn't lie to you about nothing. I said, I laid my cards on the table. And I, I always usually work 2 jobs. I said, yeah, when we were courting, we were engaged, I worked 2 jobs. Then I said, I lost one of my jobs, and I was paying child support. I was on a medical lot. So
Mm-hmm.
my part-time job was bringing back all the income that I was losing through child support and the medical lot. And I said, my situation. I said, you talking to me like I'm some lazy, trifling man that you taking care of. And she like, well, I'm taking care of you. I said, no, you're not taking care of me. You help me. But I said, if you wanted a certain man, I told you in our courtship, if you're looking for a certain man, I'm not that brother for you. I said, I laid my cards on the table. So if you didn't like the hand, you shouldn't have played. But you played, you continue on. But now things is getting rough. You're not living the lifestyle you want and desire. And you try to make me the man that I'm not.
Yeah.
See, that was the problem, the root of the problem that I saw. I accepted her for how she was, because I had this ideal woman in my head, right? She wasn't that ideal woman, and I knew I couldn't make her that ideal woman, because I had a height, weight requirement, all kinds of restrictions. But I bent it for her.
Yeah.
But she said she was bending stuff for me, but she never did, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I really think that we men, we're very merciful.
Come on.
I really accept her. But I really think those beneficent and merciful. See, because like you mentioned this a few shows ago, how we'll reach down and pick her up.
Yeah, we'll do that for a homeless woman.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk. And if a man saw a fine-looking homeless woman and he knew she was single, he'll pick her up like a stray animal and take her home, clean her up. A woman won't do that. And I don't care how mad or those that watch our show get at me, it's the truth.
Yeah.
They say, oh man, he's fine, but you gotta get yourself together.
You gotta get yourself together.
1 out of 10. Out of 10 might do that, See, women don't like projects. Unless it's a child project, they'll help children with a school project. But us men, we accept projects. Like, oh man, yeah, I'll work with her. She could be bald headed. You know what I'm saying? Can't grow no hair. Like, she fine. I'll just buy her a wig.
Yeah, put an old weave on her head.
Yeah, just make sure you should just keep that hijab on her head. Hey, we might be merciful. Like, go ahead, wear that bonnet.
Go to wear that.
But no, they won't do that.
Ooh, boy. Listen, I tell you, for her to say that kind of crap, my second wife she was more like that. She'd say that shit. My first wife, she wouldn't say that. She just wasn't that type of person.
Right.
She hadn't really experienced a whole lot. But women, it really does say something about a woman's character.
Mm-hmm.
Real though. When because she'll talk like that to you or to me. She'll talk like that to the children.
Mm.
Who would say some crazy stuff like that to the children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of my wives, lucky I never hit them. Boy, I remember my second wife, I wanted to smack the crap out of my second wife.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Woo, boy, she tested me and I never hit her. She lied to police and said I hit her.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But with Kevin, with the movie, what was the big message in that movie?
Well, he was still a stay-at-home dad. So, I guess I took it, this how I'm gonna take it. The message we seen, that's what they're promoting nowadays. That Me Too movement and all this stuff. They shown that women could lead, and men could follow, So it could be looked at as a positive message, but at the same time, in the Bible say, man is the head of woman. Yeah. And the head of man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God. So, it was shown that a man allowing his wife to pursue her dreams, and that he didn't lose confidence in himself as a man. He didn't feel little about himself. He felt like a man. He just was letting her do everything. But, for those of us that's conscious and woke, we probably won't look at that as positive because, like I said, a woman, she don't even like going half. It's just like tell a woman, baby, me and you going out on a date. And then we go on a date and the bill comes, you be like, oh, you got your half?
Right.
She be mad. Even if y'all agreed y'all was gonna go pay your own meal, the woman still by nature wants you to take care of the bill.
Mm-hmm. Shoot. I see it. Facts. I remember one time I met a woman. I was at this Jamaica. I was getting some Jamaican food.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up getting her something to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, I didn't say I was gonna pay. I just said, just meet me up here. We'll sit there and talk.
Right.
I was gonna buy her nothing.
Right.
A long time. So we sit down, I eat, she drinks with drink. And I told the person separate checks. Ooh, got hot than a mug. I mean, she started raising her voice. Said, if you don't pay for this, I'll never come out with you again. I said, separate checks, please. You take your ass home. It's $12. Over some $12.
Because by nature, they expect man to do that, bro.
But as much as I knew that, I knew that.
Right.
I told her, because I ain't got nothing from it. I hadn't even kissed the woman. You know what I'm saying?
But still.
Nothing from her. Nothing.
Still, I don't care if it was a colleague from work. They want you to.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's.
For me, you have to earn that.
Well, let me say this. I remember when Brother Tyrone D was the captain in Dallas years ago. Now, remember I shared one of my wives every now and then would help me with bills, right? And, I will pay, the bulk of it. I might pay rent, the car note, car insurance, And the phone bill, I might need her to pay the water bill, electricity. But this wife was complaining about, paying 50 or 60, $70. And he said, man, when you borrow money from your wife, your points as a man start decreasing.
Yeah.
He said, even in Stu Menace Jeffrey, I think I was talking to both when he was bear witness. And he said, you take a note of it and pay her back.
Yeah.
If you got to borrow it from another brother, you pay her back.
Right. Yeah.
Because your perception as a man is decreasing in her eyes.
Yeah.
And that hurt me. I was like, damn, that's my wife. You know what I'm saying? This is our home. If you got the money, why don't you help? But what it says in the Bible, don't give if you don't give, you don't give with a cheerful heart. Don't give, you're gonna give with reproach. You know? So she was helping, but it was not in our heart to help.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I've heard the brothers talk about it like the woman gives it for it's charity.
Right.
Consider her charity. So ideally, you're right, brother. We can't, even though I've heard some brothers say on dates, don't let her pay for nothing.
Right.
Whether she decides to use that, because many men say, if I ain't gonna pay it if she ain't giving none up. I don't necessarily agree with that because, sex shouldn't be a transaction. She ain't
right.
It's different if you want to marry the woman, then you gotta go pay for it. You gotta be ready for everything.
Right.
But, we live and learn. If we ain't going back, oh no, ain't nothing except me. Shit.
Right.
What it is.
Right.
You ain't paying nothing. Now you're right, brother. Things saying those kind of things hurt, man. But I think those were the things that really have made us stronger. It's definitely put you on that path that you on.
Right.
Shit. She gonna look back and be like, damn, his brother done leveled up.
Yeah. I was thinking about you one day. You said, do you ever, say to your wife or want to say to your ex, like, look at me now?
Yeah.
And I started laughing out of nowhere. I just thought about what you said. I just started laughing. I said, what if I told him like Kumu D when I become successful, how you like me now? Or better yet, like Mike Jones, back then you didn't want me, now I'm hot. Y'all up on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why they say you can't miss. No, I was gonna say you can't miss what you never had, but what's that other saying? When you have something, you lose it.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. You can't miss a good thing until it's gone.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I lost my witness. 2 of my ex-wives tried to get back with me a couple times, and I shared this with you before. And one of them told me straight out, she said, the man I thought you was, I thought wasn't a man.
Yeah.
Till I experienced other men that's not in the nation at FOI. And she said, man, I had a good man. I didn't even know it.
Yeah. It's too bad.
Yeah. I said, you know what I said? I was thinking like that, too bad, but I was like, all praise due to Allah. But I was thinking, too bad. It took you all this time to experience the world and different men to see what you had.
Yeah, because if you look at you are almost 50, brother, and you still look young.
All praise due to Allah.
You making yourself better?
Yeah, striving, yes, sir.
Getting your money up and looking young and healthy. Oh, man. You cannot beat that. See, that's why it's like if we live right, we get better as we get older. It should be like that for them too.
Right.
It should be.
Right.
But man, they're tied to us. They can't let us go and think it's going, especially if you're going somewhere, man.
Right, right.
Just don't, and just like you can't here. I done built my first wife up to get her to be confident
Mm-hmm.
her up, make her, make her feel like herself the best I could, just so she could go get with somebody else and destroy that that made her who she was. Are you crazy?
Man, brother, I love listening to the Steve Harvey morning show. Mm-hmm. And one thing I love about Steve Harvey, he's like an open book. Mm-hmm. He shared his life experience. And I remember he was saying, I believe it's his first marriage. She wasn't supportive. She didn't believe in him, right? Didn't think he was going to be successful. He believed. He said he knew he was going to be successful, but she didn't believe. But he was saying that some of them now, they see what he said was going to happen. Look, he on Family Feud. He got his own TV show. He was like on 3 or 4 different shows.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know every time they turn on the television or listen to the radio, they probably kicking themselves. They like, man, I had him, but I lost.
That's right.
Because I didn't believe in him.
That's right.
I thought he was going to be that same broke nigga that I met. I thought he was just talking out the side of his mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was better fit. Even though the woman he's with now, see, she's used to being with men of consequence, even though she was with a drug seller.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just learned it. It's not her fault.
Right.
So my first wife, she didn't know how to be with somebody who was impactful. Okay. Because there's some women out there who are used to that.
Right.
That's what's going. That's where we're going. So
right.
Shit. I learned we learned the lessons.
We live and we learn. Come on.
Yeah, Steve Harvey, that's a heck of a thing. And many people judge him about his choice of his third wife, but that's who he's with. That's who he chose to be with, and
he's happy.
He's happy.
He's happy.
Yeah.
The heart wants what the heart wants. That's what my big sister always tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, brother, what time is it? Yep, we about out 30-some minutes. That was good one. I don't know what we're gonna call this one, but I'm gonna have to Kevin Hart. This was a good topic.
Oh, yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. I can't wait to hear the feedback.
I'm gonna cut this up into like 6 or 7 pieces, bro. This was deep.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear the feedback. I'm sure we might get some. I might get some messages.
I know you.
I'm gonna kick some off to you. When they start messaging me, I'm gonna just send them your name. Message him. That's the HR department.
Yeah. All right, brother. I'm talking to you too, man. It's always good to talk to you.
You too, sir.
All right.
Walaikum salam.